Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Witch Queen Season of the Seraph intel. And Lightfall is right around the corner, and of course, we had a new Strand trailer today. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go give it a look. Lightfall is going to be pretty exciting. But this week, of course, we have a new Grandmaster Nightfall available. It is the Corrupted Strike. This is my least favorite strike. I think it's everybody's least favorite strike. It's super long, and it's difficult. The boss can be difficult. Everything leading up to the boss can be difficult. If you can complete this strike on the Grandmaster level, you will earn yourself the Adept version of the Militia's Birthright. And I did want to just briefly give a breakdown of what the best role for the Malicious Birthright is. It does come with blinding grenades, and I think these are really understated. Well, I don't know if they're understated, but if you don't have a grenade launcher with blinding grenades, definitely get one, and none better than the Malicious Birthright. I also wanted to just give a brief shout out to my buddy Ducky, who actually will give it the Ducky role, was Lead from Gold and blinding grenades with auto-loading holster, which I think is a pretty good role, even though it's maybe not the most recommended one here. But hopefully you can pick up a variety of roles if you can complete this strike at a whim. And of course, I'm going to share with you all the glitches, cheeses that you can use to farm out the Corrupted this week. But before I get into all that information, I just want to remind everybody, I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 66,000 subscribers. Wow, that's crazy. All you have to do to be entered into that next giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the bell, the post notification, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Like I said before, we're getting so close to Lightfall, excuse me. So of course it's going to be a Lightfall giveaway. And of course, if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that next giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, I do that on all videos, so if you haven't done that on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. All right, so I'm going to break this down into 6 parts. There will be a possible glitch for the boss as well as a melt for the boss. All of these did work up until last season. I'm sure some things have changed, but overall, in general, this strategy will be proficient at least. Do keep in mind, though, that this is a very frustrating strike, as I said in the beginning, and my fire team and I have failed it quite a few times, just since it came around again for Grandmaster. But the first part is the elevator. This is, I think, the first really tricky area. If you've never done it before, or if you're trying to do it solo, it's very difficult. But even in a fire team, you want to be prepared. And the best way to get through this section is to prepare the relics. So have you and your fire team throw the relics at each other. This will charge them, and have a few just sort of sitting on the ground before you actually start the whole encounter. This will give you a few extra bombs that you can throw right at the beginning and hopefully nuke out all those mini bosses as quickly as possible. I would suggest also running linear fusion rifles. I think are still the meta for this particular strike. I was not on this run. I was running a Gallahorn. It's not a terrible choice for everything leading up into the boss, but if you want to do the boss melt, it's not going to be the best strat. You're going to want to have 3 linears. At least that's what the meta was up until last season. And if that doesn't work, well, you're going to want to see the rest of the video after I cover the boss melt, because it gets tricky from that point on. The next part that I think will give people trouble is the ogre room. And this is where you get taken into the Taken realm, and you have to kill an ogre there, as well as an ogre right here. So the strategy that we've been using is having someone with a well plant the well as soon as you get taken into the taken realm. I don't have to really say it twice, but I am. And you want to nuke that taken ogre as quickly as possible. You won't ever be moved into the taken realm after they are dead. And that just allows you to stay here and stay by the stairs and just melt down all the enemies that will generally stay in the back. Most of them won't come through these archways that you see in front of us, though those knights will, so those are the ones you really have to focus on. Keep in mind, though, this is really only for a Grandmaster completion strategy, so if you're going for Conqueror or trying to guild it. I cannot guarantee a guaranteed Adept Malicious Birthright using that strategy because I believe there is a champion in the Taken Realm that you do miss. And it used to be you could miss one champion, but maybe there's two there. I can't remember. In any case, I don't think you can not necessarily get an Adept version of the Malicious Birthright, but I don't think it's a guarantee. So just keep that in mind. It's still a good strategy just to progress this zone as quickly as possible, though, like I said, won't maybe guarantee you the maximum amount of loot. Once you get through that area, though, you have this sort of bottleneck where you have to go across this bridge. It's pretty simple. Most people just sort of stay on the edges. You don't have to kill this yellow bar enemy at the end. They're not a champion, so just bypass them. And then you'll get to this part where you actually have to drop down into this big cavern. And there's a lot of stuff in there that can kill you. Now, if you're doing this on Grandmaster, or really anything, and you're just trying to limit deaths, have one person do it. Everybody else stay at the top, and you'll get a Joining Allies. It allows the least amount of possibility of you actually just going through your lives. So save your revives, have one person do it, the most proficient jumper, and then just get the Joining Allies. On to the boss. All right. So this is really where things, I think, kick up quite a few notches. Up until this point, it's actually kind of quick. I was actually surprised, even though this is a somewhat longer strike, how quickly it sort of felt comparatively to some of the ones we've had in the past weeks. But the boss is a real issue. Now, the strategy last season was, during the first damage phase, what you wanted to do was get a ball after you've taken out all the adds, so it's just you and the boss. Get a ball, get a relic, charge it, while the boss is still on the right side. So as you see, we're sort of hanging out here in the back, which is the best place to stay if you're just trying to take out adds. Just get through the adds by staying here. Once they're all dead and the boss is on the right side, you're going to want to go get a relic, charge it, and then move to the middle platform, sort of by where the teleport will be, or the portal will be if she does teleport to the Taken Realm. But get a second charged ball. So while she's still on the right side, when there's no adds, have two charged relics. Sit in the middle by where the teleporter is. Now, the reason you want to do this during her first wave of damage is because it's actually the longest phase of damage, and she won't teleport at that point. So when she's still on the right, take her shields down. You'll have time to set up at this point. Drop a well right in the middle where, like I said, the teleporter will ultimately be, or the portal will be, sort of at the front here. And then take down her shields, hit her with linear fusion rifles. She'll teleport to the left side where you see her here. And then you can continue to do damage to her. If you're sitting in a well, that's the best. If you can maybe throw a hunter debuff at her, that'll also help. But essentially, that's how you do it. That's how you used to do it. And you just want to go for headshots with linear fusion rifles. So set up in the middle right here while she's still on the side that I'm on currently. This was unfortunately a botched run. We weren't able to get the damage phase in the first round, so we had to do it here and go through the teleporter, which is going to be the next part of this video. But she'll teleport from the right where you can do damage to the left, and hopefully you can finish her on the left. Now, if that doesn't work, you're going to, of course, have to go through another whole wave of ads here, and then she will teleport you like you see us here. And at this point, it's kind of do or die. There's really no major cheese other than some aggro farming, which I'll talk about in a second. But there used to be this glitch. Now, this was just, well, not that long ago, but this was not during a Grandmaster. This was actually just during a normal strike, and I wanted to see if this would still work, but it was this season. I was able to actually bring one of the relics into the Taken Realm with me. Now, the reason that this is awesome is because, as you see here, the boss sits there, and you can actually take down the shields in the Taken Realm before they actually go up to the top, which is really where it gets tough. And then you can just shoot at them. They just stand there. If you don't kill any of the ads, you can literally just kill the boss right at that very first point once you go through the portal. I've had a hard time getting this to work again. And to be honest, I'm not totally sure how it worked this time. But here's my thought process. I don't think it was a charged relic. I think this was just a normal relic. I don't think we used any charged relics in this particular run. So that might actually have something to do with it. It might just be take down the shields with a normal relic, not a charged one, and hopefully you'll be able to hold on to one and actually go into the Taken Realm with one. Because currently when we charged them, it would just take him from me before we actually went into the Taken Realm. So we weren't able to use this strat. But if none of that works, here's what we did. And the rest of this run is going to be a little bit scuffed. Big shout out to Nautical and Ducky and Sinister for running this with me several times. But this is how we got through it. First of all, aggro farming is highly underrated. If you shoot at a boss, even if they have a shield, you will get their attention, and that can really help your friend, my buddy Nautical in this case, Gaming Forte, of actually being able to get the relic. So just do that. Hang out over here. Don't go onto the final platform until it's actually final damage phase, and stick behind these rocks, and you can farm out boss aggro. Just keep her focused on you while you're in cover so your buddy can go up and get the relic. If they are a hunter, that's awesome, but sometimes they're not, and it can help either way. When you're on this final platform, remember to slide. Always be sliding. It negates her big boop jump, the thing that just shoots you off the map. If you're sliding, you won't get knocked off the map. Keep moving as much as you can. Hopefully you have some teammates. You're definitely going to die at least once. Pop a well if you can. We had everything go wrong in this particular run. Our buddy had gotten disconnected. He had to rejoin. We couldn't tell where he was, but we still managed to get through it. So just keep moving, keep sliding, and that's really going to be your best chance. Stick to the ledges. I know that you can get knocked off there, but hopefully if you're sliding enough, this won't happen to you. It's really the only options at that point. And of course, use as much invisibility and supers as possible, and try to nuke the boss. Like I said, I was not using linear fusion rifles, which I still think are pretty much the meta. Maybe grenade launchers are actually really good. I haven't tried that one on these bosses yet, but you can let me know in the comments section. But that is going to conclude all the information for today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Hopefully you can get a malicious birthright with blinding grenades this week in the adept version. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also, of course, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you've watched to this point, the secret hashtag for today's video is the corrupted or hashtag Lightfall. You can leave either one of those in the comments section. I'll give you another entry into the next giveaway at 66,000 subscribers for this video. And of course, remember that is Lightfall. Thanks for watching once more. And of course, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you in the next video.